PPT. Briefly, Dr. Sridhar is presently Professor of Agronomy and he is the coordinator for the Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture. In UAS Agriculture and Horticulture Sciences, Shivamogga, Karnataka. He has completed his PhD in agronomy in UAS Bangalore between April 93 to March 98. Okay. Basically, BSc Agri during 86 to 90. Actually, I did in 80 to 84, 86 to 90. His area of specialization, all agronomy is no, agronomy of field crops, climate change and impact studies, application of crop simulation models and machine learning algorithms in agriculture. The latest concept which is going on now, weather forecasting and climate resilient agriculture practices. You might be wondering, he is one of the stalwarts in agrometeorology, I can say, because we met in the ACMET conference. The credit Dr. Sridhar was having, I was witnessing in person, sir. Really, I was proud of seeing ability. Professional experience, he has been a professor of agronomy since 2013, December 2013 to present. Then earlier he was a coordinator, he is the coordinator Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture since April 2017 to present day. Earlier associate professor, assistant professor. Special achievement, very very important. He is the person behind establishing the center, the Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture with the state of field screening facilities. He has done the pioneering work. He has identified and recommended a potential climate resilient crop in Karnataka. Established that GAR research and market facilitation center there. Then demonstrated climate smart agro techniques for rice and maize. So he has guided 12 students in PG, 12 MSc Agri and 5 PhD. Recently, just now I asked him, he said 2 PhD and 2 MSc at present. Sent so many awards, Distinguished Scientist Award, honored at international conference, held at Allahabad, Allahabad, Distinguished Scientist Award for outstanding contributions in the field of agronomy, honored at the National Conference on Agriculture and Rural Innovation for Sustainable Empowerment, held at Warangal, Telangana, Lifetime Achievement Award, honored at the International Conference on Agriculture and Applied Sciences for Food Security, held during May 2017, organized by Society of Agriculture Innovation and Development in Nepal. So he has been a member in Indian Society of Agronomy, our AAM, Association of Agricultural Meteorologists of India, Society for Agriculture Innovation and Development. Regarding publications, he has got very good number, very large number, 110 peer-reviewed research papers. Really great. 3 book chapters, citations 120, H-index 10. It's a great publication he has done. He has got a PPT also. So I wholeheartedly welcome our Sridhar sir to deliver the lecture here on the use of machine learning and ensembling techniques for weather indices based crop field forecasting. Because I know for the past 4.5 days I have been watching you. Many of you are doing on modeling, that to yield forecasting. But what I suggest you must have contact, regular contact, not only today, since he is the examiner for us and he is delivering a lecture. You must have sir's mail ID, also phone number. You must have regular contact. These experts will be pleased to interact with you. So, because then only you can have your thesis refined. Okay, with this I request Sridhar sir to deliver this lecture.
So good afternoon everyone. I profoundly thank Dr. S.P. Ramanathan sir, Professor and Head, for his kindness as well as nice introduction. I also thank Dr. G.A. Divakaran and Dr. Satyamurthy, coordinator of the examination of SCRC. I feel always elated as well as happy to come over here whenever SCRC calls me for any purposes. maybe for examination, or maybe for some other purposes. Because I always feel like I'm coming back to my home. I always feel, because I had a lot of friends in TNAU. I had many years of association, starting from the head of the ACRC, first head of the ACRC, Dr. T.N. Balasubramaniam sir, Dr. R. Jagannathan sir, Dr. Geetalakshmi madam. I have all learned so many things from this department. That's why I always happy to come over here and share few thoughts in the field of agriculture, meteorology, and all those things. Today's talk will be on how we can use machine learning as well as ensembling techniques for weather indices based in forecasting. Before that, this is my brief biodata background. So I did BSc, MSc, and PhD from my earlier university, the University of Agriculture and Horticulture, University of Agriculture Sciences, Bengaluru. And my area of specialization is climate change and impact studies. How does this climate change is happening? What are its impact on, especially agriculture as well as mankind and society? Then how we can use the crop simulation models as well as machine learning algorithms in agriculture, as well as it's all our routine weather forecasting and climate resilient agriculture practices, how we can develop and climate resilient agriculture practices for the forecasted weather. This is my professional experience. I worked for a MNC, that is EI DuPont India Private Limited, for 3.5 years as a product development executive. Later, I was appointed as an assistant professor in my own university, University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore. Later, that university was divided into University of Agriculture and Horticulture Sciences. Very recently, this university also renamed it as Kedari Shivapanayaka University of Agriculture and Horticulture Sciences. And I'm a professor there from December 23 to till date, December 13 to till date, as well as I am coordinator, the first coordinator of Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture. So we started Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture by taking the motivation from ACRC. In fact, I should always thank ACRC for motivating us to start that center. And these are my recent publications having high NOS ratings. Don't worry about these things. Everybody will do that, but to showcase our capabilities, I just put in. These are the carbon footprint analysis, identification of sustainable development priorities through sustainable livelihood securities indicators in Karnataka. And another one, this is what impact of elevated carbon dioxide and temperature on growth, development, and nutrient uptake in tobacco. Then assessing the impact of high level of CO2 and temperature and their interactions on tomato as well as quality. And the effect of El Nino, that what we are seeing this year for entire Karnataka. We assessed how does El Nino is going to impact, especially on the rice production, a micro level analysis, district wise analysis, we did it. And finally, today's topic. Yeah, yes. It's all because of the motivations given by you people as well as Dr. Geetalakshmi sir and all those things, madam, all those things. And very recently we downloaded another one is evaluation of machine learning approaches for prediction of the pigeon pea yield based on weather parameters in India. So this is what the Center for Climate Resilient Agriculture field facilities looks like. We have open top chambers where we can really simulate the projections of carbon dioxide as well as temperature. We can increase carbon dioxide, we can increase up to 1000 ppm, and temperature we can rise up to 5 degrees compared to the ambient temperature. As well as combination of them, we can do that in the field facilities. Coming to the today's topic with that brief introduction, let us understand what do you mean by machine learning. We all know that the process of learning, we learn so many things by reading books or by browsing something, as well as from teachers we're going to learn so many things. Now the process has reversing actually. We the people are making the machine to learn. Later, these machines are guiding us to learn. There's a reverse integration is happening, machine learning as well as learning by the machines. And machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, whatever the intelligence we got, we are asking the machine to learn those intelligence and how they can apply. Because we have the ability to do mistakes or committing some mistakes or errors while applying our own intelligence. But once you ask the machine to learn all those intelligence, they may not make so much of errors or the mistakes what we are making as human beings. So that the computers with an ability to learn without being flexibly, explicitly programmed, this is machine learning. And they are actually data-driven phenomena-based approaches. And we have two types of machine learning. One is supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning. This comes under only a classification approach. Supervised classification, unsupervised classification, all of you may be knowing in remote sensing and all those things. Similar things, the machines will also able to classify. And another one is use of artificial neural networks. So this is imitation of the neural networks or the brain system or the nervous system working in the human beings or the animals. Same, you have neurons, we have dendrites, we will give as a particular response to a particular stimuli. Similarly, the peoples or the computer science people, they started imitating the biological neural network and they started into artificial neural network. These behave similar to our neural networks working in our body. This is how an ensembling or the another layer of the artificial neural network looks like. The input layers followed by hidden layers as well as the output layers. But one of the deficiency of this artificial neural network is they act as a black body. We will not be knowing what is going on inside. That's another one deficiencies. Other commonly used algorithms are random forest, support vector machines, and all those things. And these are all advanced regression techniques only, not the earlier techniques, regression techniques like simple linear regression or simple multiple linear regression and all those things. They are advanced regression techniques. Likewise, stepwise multiple linear, and another one is lasso and LNet. These are all some of the new words are being used by computer science scientists, especially under machine learning algorithms, they call it as. So all of you know this, you also have this puzzle program. We also have this puzzle program. And for the first time, we have implemented this machine learning algorithms in puzzle program. When India Meteorological Department was looking for how we can improvise the forecast at a district level. So we were the first time, we were happy to say that even though earlier they have used for other crops, but in the puzzle scheme for the first time we used machine learning algorithms so that IMD can use for increasing the efficiency of the forecast. You all know all these things, what is puzzle and all those things, I need not to explain. That is forecasting agriculture output using space, agrometeorology and land-based observations. It takes all the observations, they make different weighted indices, then they're going to forecast it. They will give you at different stages, F1, F2, F3 forecast, you all know. This is in nutshell the brief methodology what we have employed. First one is data collection and processing, then hyperparameter tuning. This process is very, very important while doing all these machine learning algorithms. Identification of the best model among all the models, then yield forecasting. This is the flow chart how we are going to implement in all those things. And one should have a thorough knowledge about programming skills in either R and Python. Because if we know other languages, we require a lot of coding. But what they have in R and the Python is they have already built-in packages. You can use that packages. If you know how to use that package, it's very easy. So that nowadays, advanced programming skills like R and Python, you have to know and you have to learn. That's very, very important. So we have used correct, old SSR, NNET, ggplot2, neural T tools, and HydroGYF. Those are all the packages available in the R package, can be used for running or using or developing all these machine learning algorithms. So we have collected the weather data for the major cotton growing districts of Karnataka. Likewise, we did it for sorghum, cotton, sunflower, pigeon pea, and all those things. Calculating simple and weighted weather averages like what we do a simple forecasting system in Puzzle. Then we use 80% data set for the model training and 20% data set for the model value testing. And all these models were trained using different hyperparameter values, and the best performing model was selected based upon like NRMSE, MAP, and model efficiency values. Then yield equations were developed for each individual districts. This is in nutshell another flow chart. How does this takes like in Puzzle? First, you take the weekly weather data, then convert them into simple weather indices, into weighted weather indices. You also have an yield data. You have to detrend the yield data. Then district-wise crop yield data you will be getting. Then you will be employing all these machine learning algorithms, starting from artificial neural network, PCA ANN, SVM, LASSO, ENET, SMLR, PCA SMLR, SMLR SVM, SMLR ANN, then staked ensemblage. All these techniques we can use just to improvise the forecasting accuracy. This is what you all know, model inputs. That is a simple weather indices called as starting from Tmax, Tmean rainfall, RH1, RH2. They are called as Z values, Z10 to Z50. So that weighted weather indices, either the summation or multiplication of combination of all these indices will become a weather weighted indices. The main advantage of creating a weather weighted indices is to avoid the multicollinearity between the individual weather indices. So later, the model evaluation criteria, we can use R square, efficiency, model efficiency, RMSE, NRMSE, and percentage error. All this can be used. So this is I told you, this is the first paper we did on forecasting the Rabi sorghum yield at Karnataka, district level yield forecasting, published in the year 2021. And this is got a much appreciation from India Meteorological Department, because forecasting the Rabi sorghum yield itself is a Herculean task for the IMD during those years. This I have shown. So you can see how does the efficiency of the model efficiency is behaving compared to the PCA SMLR. You can see the efficiency has just increased from 80% to 99%. Accuracy you can see here, LNet, ENET formats, ElastNet models, that is a machine learning algorithm, followed by LASSO and ANN, compared to the earlier work done by the India Meteorological Department with respect to PCA SMLR. So this is the advantage of these machine learning algorithms. You can definitely improve the efficiency of the forecasting system. Apart from this, you can also take the very
using that last year.
Pardon, sir?
IMD is using PCA
SMLR, not PCA SMLR, SMLR only. Simple multiple linear regression equation, they use it. Their efficiency is 75 to 80%. But if you use these machine learning algorithms, you can definitely improvise the efficiencies. I think some of the work also being initiated in the ACRC TNEU, Dibakaran and some other papers, they have some good papers. Apart from this, one beauty is you can also identify variable importance plots, which is the important variable that is contributing or responsible for variation in the yield. That's very, very important. So instead of working out all these variables, you can just concentrate on this variable, for example, that variable is down here, like that variable importance factor is very, very important. That also can be done in these machine learning algorithms. So another one, I also told you, evaluation of machine learning approaches forecasting the pigeon pea yield based upon weather parameters in India. This is published in International Journal of Biometeorology, and we also won Best Oral Presentation Award for this paper in Agriculture Meteorology Conference held at Kashmir. This is a work done by us. So this is the operational area where we did the entire Karnataka we took into consideration. Wherever pigeon pea grown, only those districts are colored. Then similarly, we have also employed the same methodologies. So you can see compared to the simple linear regression, it starts from 73 to 81%. You can see there is an improvement in the forecasting efficiency to almost 99%. That is the improvement forecasting efficiency by using these things. Similarly, we did at a district level for forecasting the yield at the end, at the harvest stage. Can we use these models for forecasting the yield at different stages, like required by the fuzzer, like F1, F2, F3? That is called as a multi-stage yield forecasting algorithms. This is for sugarcane, and this paper is under consideration in current science. It is under review. So we also proved that some of the machine learning algorithms like artificial neural network and random forest can be used for forecasting multi-stage yield forecasting also, like F1, F2, F3. All of you may be knowing what is F1, F2, F3 and all those things. Different stages. F1 is only vegetative stage, F2 is flowering stage, and F3 is the pre-harvest stage. Well in advance we can forecast. You can wonder to see, except in Kalburgi districts, that's except in Kalburgi, where sugarcane is not at all grown. We can just export this as an outlier in the entire process. You can see the efficiency has improved from 70% to 86, sometimes 99%. That is a 15% increase in the efficiencies there in forecasting system by using these things. This is what I showed you. So now we have gone ahead, not only using the machine learning algorithms, we have also started using how can we use the ensembling techniques. Ensembling means not the single model is able to give you forecasted yield. How can we use overlapping of all those models? Ensembling is called as using different models, different outputs, average of those model outputs, you can use it for the forecasting. This is we are attempted for cotton, and this paper is also under consideration in Frontiers in Plant Science. Probably this will be published very shortly in 60 days time. We got first review, good reviews. So we have used artificial neural networks, staked generalized assemblage, support vector machine regressions, elastic net, least absolute shrinkage, followed by all these things. Later what we did is, which is the data? This is the level 0 is all the individual models we are doing. Once we stake all these models, we will get level 1 innate. Among this, which is the best model, we're going to take that and we are going to give the prediction. Likewise, the evapotranspiration nowadays also, a much researched field. There also now they have started using assemblage for forecasting the. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, generalized framework, staked generalization assembling approach we used as the level 1, and this is the findings for different districts. We found that support vector machine learning algorithm found to be better compared to all those things. These are all a simple graphical representation like different districts. So likewise, we also use Taylor plots, and TNAU also uses Taylor plots for evaluating the forecast and all those things. That's why we have done. You can see here the PCA ANN as well as support vector machine learning algorithms found to be a better forecasters compared to other models. So these are the conclusions we told. Instead of using only a machine learning algorithm alone, you can ensemble them and give a better forecast. This is in a nutshell. I just wanted to speak for 20 minutes. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask me, and let me see whether I'm able to answer your questions or not.
So if you have any questions now.
Hope whatever presented, at least something you are able to grab it. Okay.
The Bayesian model becoming popular one.
Yeah. The Bayesian is also another type of regression model. There are 100-odd regression models are there. You can take whichever works for you. Maybe Bayesian model working for you may not work for me, like that. You can also use it. Yeah, that's what I told you. Because that's all depend upon the weather variables influencing the yield, as well as the efficiency of that. The beauty of this model is, unless you take the hyperparameter tuning techniques into consideration, a lot of packages are there. Unless you hyper tune your parameter, yields will never be good. Forecasting will never be good. And if you use this machine learning algorithms with a less number of data sets, probably efficiency will not get. This can be used when you have enormous amount of data sets, more than 30 years, more than 50 years. But there is a lacuna here.
How we can increase the data
No, data sets, say for example, if you take rainfall data sets, we have 1901 till today we have. But we do not have yield data sets. That's another problem. Even we do not have other parameters like Tmax, Tmin, and all those things. Unless you
district you are taking that grids or particular your overall.
No. All this data given by the India Meteorological Department, district-wise gridded data they have given. Same data we are using. Whatever they are supplied, because nobody should blame us. You have used something data which is not available publicly and all those things. See, Government of India publishes all the production data sets. as well as government of Karnataka or whichever state. And the meteorological data is given by the India Meteorological Department. So there is no bias whether I do the results. Any questions from the students' side? Yeah, supervised learning means, say for example, I want to always go and take that water bottle. So whether I'm going to take that water bottle or not, you are supervising from behind. That's what supervised. Unsupervised means you are not supervising. You just given an instruction to me, take the water bottle. I just behave like a robot and going to take the water bottle. Whether it is with the water or not, I don't know. So supervisor means you're always supervising and guiding. Okay, these are the areas where rice is grown. These are the areas where maize is grown. While identifying, you identify only the maize areas. Only rice areas, like you are supervising. Unsupervised means you have guided already the machine. You are not supervising anything. Machine himself will go and classify them. That is unsupervised classification. Reinforcement, I really do not have any idea. Sorry. And we are also, because these things are developed by the computer science or data science guys, where enormous amount of data is available. Okay, now just we have started applying these things. These can also be applied for so many things. Disease forecast, disease development, so many things are going on now.
In your experience, how many minimum data set it needs?
There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that minimum data set we have. So we have a standardized procedure developed by India Meteorological Department. Same data sets only you can use it. But what is the beauty of this thing is forecasting efficiency, you can increase it. Instead of 70%, you can always increase it up to 90%. Increasing the forecasting efficiency itself is a good thing. Now people are using for weather forecasting also these machine learning algorithms. Crop simulation models are entirely different, because crop simulation models, they are process-based models. These are not process-based models. They are all physical-based models. Okay. Even the efficiency of the crop simulation models depends upon the type of inputs you put in. Okay. That's all. You cannot compare the efficiency of the process-based model with the physical process-based models. Even at a point scale, simulation models may give you good accuracy. But at a spatial scale, the simulation given by the simulation models may be less.
For a beginner in AI machine learning, from where we have to start?
Yeah, there is a good question being asked in the chat box. For a beginner for the AI and the machine learning algorithms, you have to start from the beginning. You have to enroll for any of the data science courses. Freely data science courses are available in Udemy or any institutes, that is e-learning courses. You can learn them first, then their application will start. So we also learned so many things while doing the data science courses. I did a partial data science course, not complete data science course. So later we learned all these techniques, and these are the things done by our students, those who are having proficiency in programming skills and all those things. If you ask me, I do not have any programming proficiency. So I have very good students like you working under me. So we have good publications because of the work done by our own students.
The next question is, how can we draw and interpret data plots?
Yeah, how can we draw and interpret the Taylor plots? Taylor plots, it's a very good question they asked. Taylor plots, there is a package is there in R. You use that, you can put it. Interpretation is depending upon the R square value. If it is near to the origin, it is good. If it is far from the origin, it is not good like that. Even TNU has done some Taylor plots for forecasting techniques and all those things. Thank you very much. It's a great questions being asked in even on chat box. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good question being asked by several scientists also. Even reviewer also asked, how will you decide how many hidden layers? That we cannot do. We cannot identify because it is a black box only. Whatever the input layers we give, automatically it will convert so many things into so many hidden layers inside it. It is not going to give you any equations and all those things. But we really also don't know how many hidden layers within it. But you can fine tune it. How many hidden layers a model can take it. Like that you can do it. Yeah. Yeah, we have only limited number of input, that is hidden layers selection criteria. That is done by inside the model itself. You can only give either you select 2 nodes or 3 nodes. If you are not happy with the 2 or 3 nodes, probably model will set 10 nodes and give you output like that. Hope